So if you wish to live 100 years, you have to do some dedicated work. So a span of 100 years has been fixed for a human being, but for an organization, there is no time bar. It is governed by the mantra, Charaiveti, march on, march on. So 150 years or a centenary is just a childhood in the history of an organization. So you have to walk many miles and you have to do wonderful works ahead. And today it is an opportunity, what we call Simhao Loknam, a line casting a retrospective glance while at the same time he is proceeding. When a lion walks a long distance, he climbs a mount and then looks back. So where he has to go ahead and how much area he has covered. So today is a day of introspection for Calcutta Port. How much we have achieved during last 150 years and what we can do in future also, because you will have to go on for thousands of years. As I told you, a century or 150 years is just a milestone. So which gives an occasion to think about our past and what challenges we have met and how we overcame them. I know this Calcutta port had to face a lot of problems during World War I and during World War II. Japanese forces bombarded this Calcutta port. But in spite of these things, there was a lot of progress. A significant contribution was made by Calcutta port here. So you have a glorious past and vibrant future. When I remember, I see there is some direct and indirect connection with Calcutta port, with Ramakrishna Mission. The first one is in 1863, when the merchants of Calcutta demanded that there should be a Calcutta port. Of course, nothing happened that time, but after 7 years, that is in 1870, the port came into existence. So the genesis started in 1863, the birth year of Swami Vivekananda. So this is the first connection I find with Calcutta port to Ramakrishna Mission. And over the last 150 years, we find it has become an international port. And second is, after completing his Chicago tour, Swami Vivekananda returned from America and then London to Sri Lanka. From there, he came to Chennai by ship, and then from Chennai, he came to Calcutta and landed at Bajbaj port. Maybe, of course, in 1870 itself, in 1890 itself, the Calcutta port had come into existence. But I don't know for what reason Swami Vivekananda landed at Bajbaj, maybe in order to save time. And a special train was arranged to bring Swami Vivekananda from Bajbaj port to Sialda station, a stretch of about 25 kilometers. And they say about 20,000 people had gathered at Sialda platform to receive him. Even now, on 19th February every year, a special train is arranged from Bajbaj to Sialda to celebrate that event. And the room where Swami Vivekananda stayed for a couple of hours at Bajbaj station is still being preserved. So this is the second connection we have got with Calcutta port. And thirdly, this Calcutta port was renamed by Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi on 12 January this year, the birthday of Swami Vivekananda. That means we find this another connection with you. And the fourth one is, after the slavery was abolished in 1833, then lakhs of laborers from Hindi belt and other areas were shipped to Caribbean, then Fiji Islands, Mauritius, South Africa, Guyana, Suriname, and other places through this Calcutta port. More than 5 lakh people were shipped to these countries. And many people died in the ship itself. And then they were used for the cultivation of sugarcane, cotton, and then afterwards they were used for laying railway tracks. These people suffered a lot. Many of them died also. But now their number has increased like anything. I went many times to South Africa and Fiji Islands. In Fiji, we are working among these Fijian Indians who were shipped from Calcutta port. Since last 80 years, we started the first private school in Fiji at Nandi, where more than 1,000 students are studying. So among these Indians, we are doing a lot of work. Similarly, in South Africa, we are running about 8 centers in Durban. Durban, outside India, you'll find the maximum Indian majority in Durban. And then Peter, Marisbrook, then Chatsworth, Newcastle, and other places. We are running so many centers catering to the needs of these South African Indians. Like that in Mauritius also, we are working among these Indians there who are shipped from this Calcutta port. So they are deeply obliged to us for starting welfare activities and education activities among them. So these were called indentured labor. So let me express our grateful thanks to Calcutta Port Trust, now Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port, for installing 100 kilowatt peak at Belumut. We are deeply grateful to them. So once again, I extend warm welcome to all of you here. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your words of inspiration. We will definitely move ahead with your advice and achieve greater glory. Thank you. May I now request Deputy Chairman Sir, Sri A.K. Mehra, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to all the viewers who are online and the people who have gathered here from my side as well as on behalf of the Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata. With the blessings of Swami Somanandaji Maharaj, the President of Belur Cotton Mission, I want to say this is my pride privilege to be present at this auspicious place which was frequented by Holy Mother Sarada, Swami Vivekananda, Sister Nivedita, Swami Brahmananda ji, and other great disciples of Sri Ramakrishna Dev. It is needless to say that this mutt has been receiving the blessings of the Ramakrishna Dev, though he may not be physically present among us today, and we are blessed. It is an auspicious day for the history of Calcutta Port. I am telling Calcutta Port because only recently, about 8 months back, it has been renamed by our beloved and honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji as Sama Prasad Mukherjee Port. We are celebrating 150 years. Actually, today is the concluding day of the 150 years celebration. Those who are fanatic about the cricket like me, I can only highlight some examples of the great Indian cricketer, Mr. Sunil Gavaskar. When he completes his 100, he used to take a new guard as if a new innings is started. Today, with the blessings of President Maharaj as well as the blessings of Ramakrishna Dev, we, the Sama Prasad Mukherjee Port, we are taking a new guard for the further 150 years journey for the development of this nation. During our day-to-day work, we are also under obligation to go to the society to return back what we are taking from the society. Though there is no comparison, we are taking much more from the society. This is a small gesture. So as per the Government of India Act, all these organizations are earmarking from 3% to 5% of their net profit for the corporate social responsibility. This is one of such projects that we are proud to be associated for installation and commissioning of 100 kilowatt peak solar power plant for the entire need of the temple. In this occasion, for this today's function, I, on behalf of the Sama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, welcome respected Swami Swaranananda Ji Maharaj, the President, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, Swami Subirananda Ji, General Secretary, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, Swami Bodhiswarananda Ji, Assistant General Secretary, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, who is sitting just by my side, Swami Gurudasananda Ji, who is better known to all of us as Ujjwal Maharaj, other monks and brahmacharis of Ramakrishna Math and Mission, the employees, volunteers of Ramakrishna Math and Mission, and also I welcome our chairman, Sri Vinit Kumar, Sama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, without whose guidance and leadership this program would not have been possible. I also welcome Dr. A.K. Chanda, the former chairman, SMP Kolkata, who has actually showed the light and the way for the revival of the Calcutta Dock system during his tenure, and we are happy that we are part of that team, who was at the helm of affairs from 2002 to 2009. And I also welcome all the head of the departments, officers, employees of Sama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, who are either present at Belur Math or have joined through Zoom, and all the port users, tenants of Kolkata Port Estate, other stakeholders, without whom the port does not exist at all. I welcome here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words. We are showered by the blessings of Swami Subirananda Ji Maharaj, General Secretary Ramakrishna Math and Mission, on this auspicious occasion. He served Ramakrishna Math and Mission in Arunachal Pradesh for a very long time. He also served as the headmaster of the RK Mission Higher Secondary School, Rahora, and secretary of the RK Mission Vidyapit, Devghar. These are his kind words of benediction. He has delivered his blessings, showered his blessings. We will now play the audio of the blessings.
Today happens to be a historical day for the India's oldest port, the Port of Calcutta, completing 60th centenary of its service to the nation. The port has recently been renamed by the Honorable Prime Minister of India as the Sama Prasad Mukherjee Port. On behalf of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, It's my pleasure to address the numerous admirers of the port, not only for the work that it has been doing to strengthen the economy of the country, but also on account of the rich history and bounteous heritage that it commands. It is on this day, in the year 1870, that an enactment brought it into legislative existence, setting in motion a journey spanning over 150 years of intense economic, social, and cultural participation in the evolution of the eastern part of the country. Of course, the port as a great center for development of trade, commerce, and passenger transit had existed for centuries before on different locations on our prodigious river Ganga. Ancient travelers have quoted names of trading gateways on the Ganga Hriday, symbolizing its great maritime past way back since 300 BC. Ganga Hriday means the land on the heart of the Ganges. While 2020 marks the 150th year of the official existence of this great port, there are two more very significant years that we have crossed only recently. The first one is the observation of the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda in 2013. And the second is certainly the celebration in 2018 of the completion of 125 years of the epoch-making appearance of Swami Vivekananda in the world's Parliament of Religions in Chicago in 1893. After his visit to various countries in America and Europe and championing to the West the message of universality of world religions, Swamiji returned to Kolkata on 19 February 1897 via Madras and is disembarked at Bajbaj, which was then a young, growing installation of the Calcutta port. It is from this location that arrived to a tumultuous ovation in Calcutta by a special train. It was indeed a historic occasion for the port of Calcutta. On October 27, 2017, Kolkata Port Trust observed the 150th birth anniversary of Miss Margaret Noble. Best known to the world as Sister Nivedita, was inspired by Swami Vivekananda and sailed all the way from far away Ireland to pioneer women's education in the land of Boston. On 28th January 1898, she landed at the Calcutta port and Swamiji, standing on the port, cordially received her. Hence we see that the memories of both Swami Vivekananda and Sister Nivedita are intertwined with the history of the port of Calcutta. This is also an occasion for us to recall the cooperation and constructive help that the Kolkata Port Trust has been extending to the Ramakrishna Mutt and the Ramakrishna Mission over the decades. The port has a special demurrage-free scheme for the goods arriving for the twin organizations. It has also refurbished the Dakshineshwar Ghat, apart from special waivers for the installation of a foreshore water treatment plant. The port has contributed more than 1 crore rupees under its CSR scheme to provide solar-powered illumination of 100 kilowatts to the main temple complex at the Belur Mall, a valuable addition to our existing infrastructure and a big stride towards conservation of electricity. The facility is being inaugurated today on this momentous occasion. This is an occasion to extend our best wishes to the chairman, deputy chairman, former chairman, and all the officers and employees, both present and past, users, and all partners who helped the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port reach newer and newer heights despite major hurdles. This year itself has seen the worst unprecedented epidemic and has brought about immense misery to the humanity. At this critical juncture, with the crisis still far from over, I beseech the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev, Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda Maharaj for all of you, so that you and your families can brave the predicament, surmount it like the ships that surmount the difficult turns and twists of the turbulent sea and forge ahead towards new achievements. Before I wrap up, to derive the ample strength to triumph over the present catastrophe, we may recall the words of the Upanishad proclaimed by Swamiji Maharaj, Uttishtato Jagrato Prapavara Nibodhato. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Thank you so very much.
Our heartfelt gratitude to Swami Suviranandaji Maharaj for his kind words. The keynote address for today's program shall be delivered by Dr. A.K. Chanda, retired IAS, former chairman, SMP Kolkata. He is a person of letter. He did his PhD in economics from University of Florida, Gainesville. During his tenure as the chairman of the port, the cargo throughput and revenue of the port has increased through implementation of several novel ways. Dr. Chanda was also the chairperson of IPA. He was the chief editor of Indian Ports Journal for several years. He also served as the additional chief secretary of the government of West Bengal. We are privileged to have him as a part of this celebration. He will deliver the keynote address through digital platform. May I now request Dr. Chanda to deliver his address.
Thank you very much. At the very outset, express my deep regrets to revered Swami Shraddhananda Ji, Swami Suvirananda Ji, Swami Bodhas Saranananda Ji. Also my compliments to the Honorable Chairman, Mr. Vineet Kumar, the Deputy Chairman, Mr. A.K. Mehra, who has been my esteemed colleague when I was chairman there in the Kolkata Port Trust, now recharacterized as Shama Prasad Mukherjee, that too on a very auspicious occasion of Swami Vivekananda's birthday. I at the very outset, extend all my best wishes to the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port for this sesquicentennial celebration. But at the same time, I deem it fit and proper to raise a point of order. What we are celebrating is indeed the 150 years of the Calcutta Port Commissioners. Calcutta Port Commissioners was set up by an act in 1870, and that was the beginning of the journey of port commissioners in our country, Kolkata Port having been the first port commissioners. 3 years later, the Mumbai Port Commissioners were set up, and 11 years later, in 1881, the Madras Port Trust was set up. But indeed, if one has to track the history of Calcutta Port, then one has to go back to the 17th century, 1690, when Job Charnock set foot here, and somewhere he had some tea with the Mughal rulers of the day, and then he was looking for another location, and ultimately settled somewhere on the river bank, and chose this place because he found that it is on three sides covered by jungle, and therefore considered it safe from enemy attack. And that was the beginning of the journey of Kolkata Port, 1690. So it has rendered service to the nation, to our motherland for over 325 years. And indeed, I mean, I'm told that I have about 15 minutes time to recount the history and the future of Kolkata Port. That's a tall task, and I feel like, in fact, as Mr. Shashi Tharoor a few years back, while delivering his speech at the Oxford Union, he mentioned that he felt somewhat like the last wife of Henry VIII, and I find myself in the same predicament. Indeed, like he said, I would also like to reiterate the same, that I feel pretty much I know what I am expected to do, but I really do not know how to go about it. That indeed is the position. And if one has to recount even the history of 150 years, that's, practically trying to describe the arduous journey under a foreign rule, and thereafter, over the past 70 plus years, in the independence India is not an easy job. Nonetheless, I'd like to humbly point out that there were Calcutta Port's contribution actually extends over many arenas, and it started facilitating trade. In fact, because the Britishers found it suitable to set up the port, that led to the development of the city of Kolkata, and ultimately it led to, as the city grew in importance, it led to the setting up of the capital of British India here in Bengal, in Calcutta in particular. And thereafter, as new events started unfolding itself, 1833, when the slavery was abolished, like Swamiji mentioned, there began a journey of indentured labor through Calcutta Port to different countries, and they are all there, all over there, and in very important positions. I remember actually the Vice Premier of Suriname visiting the port, and a location to discuss, and they fondly remember, each of them fondly remembered the Kolkata Port, and Kolkata Port has also not forgotten, and there are actually plaques, and we have tried to preserve their memory in the port itself. And then the great souls, their journey, including Swami Vivekananda, or be it Rabindranath Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi, they've all visited through these. And then we have witnessed history tinged with sadness too, like in Bajbaj, Swamiji mentioned about Bajbaj, through which Swami Vivekananda returned. But Bajbaj is also associated with a very sad event, and that is the event of Komagata Maru. And but then they all a part of history. But 1870 was really a watershed in the sense that for the first time, the government entered the area of port development in a formal measure. And that is how there is a gulf of difference between what the port was before 1870 and what the port became after 1870. And that is aptly captured in the recounting of memory by Sir Henry Cotton, ICS, was also one of the few actually non-Indians to have adorned the seat of the President of the Indian Congress way back in 1904. He recounts in his memoirs that in 1867, when he visited the port of Kolkata, he had the unique experience. He doesn't remember it too fondly though, that there was no jetty. And so much so that in 1867 there was no jetty, so much so that he and his fellow passengers had to be carried on the back of the coolies through what he narrates as the soft and the most ugliest mud. But then, after the port took over 3 years later, that is in 1870, within a few years, things changed. So much so that in 1911, when he writes, he said he recounts that few years after the port commissioners were set up, the port development work gathered momentum. The docks and jetties started being set up. So much so that the docks and jetties became a pride of Calcutta, and in fact, as much a pride of Calcutta as it was disgrace in the past. That is how Calcutta continued to contribute. And then in the 20th century, well, Bengal had to go through turbulent times. 1905, we all remember that how the first attempt to divide Bengal began. Bengal was divided for 6 years, and ultimately, though, in 1911, Bengal was reunited, but at the same time, the capital was shifted from Calcutta, was shifted to Delhi. And that, to my mind, was a very major event that influenced the course of development of the state and the port. I always have maintained that for a port, the prosperity of the port depends on the prosperity of its hinterland. And Calcutta port at one time it occupied the preeminent position, and there was no port within miles of it at that point of time. It still now occupies a preeminent position, but the point is that at that time it was really the health days of Calcutta port, and it was possible because the hinterland was prosperous, and events in India at that time used to center around Calcutta, Bengal. But then things started changing, and we got another shock, major shock, in 1947. Bengal was divided. It affected our state, but it did not merely, although we were the direct victims of partition, but then entire Northeast was affected, and much of the problem of the Northeast, be it problem of connectivity, be it problem of insurgency, much of them have the genesis actually in the partition of Bengal. And so India as a whole, we suffered. I'm only but limiting my presentation to what happened in the East. There was another equally sordid story on the west side. And then Calcutta port lost another major strength of it for quite some time. And what I am trying to indicate is its huge potential in terms of inland water. Calcutta port, we all know, is a riverine port, and the strength of the river is in inland water oriented business. So we are in the business of ocean trade, and we have our strength, we have made our mark. And for our journey of 300 years actually is a testimony to that. But more than that, we have also had a very vibrant inland water system having connectivity with what was essentially a part of our own country at one point of time, and now a neighboring country, Bangladesh. And we had also the connectivity to all the northeast. And because of partition, we have lost it. And now I find that, and therefore a lot of my actually hope lies in that I find that very serious efforts are being made to revive the potential of the inland waterways in the form of development of the national waterways and development of the coastal shipping. These are very, very laudable initiative, and more importantly for Kolkata Port, because the Kolkata Port, if this potential, as and when it will be fully tapped, it can very well emerge as a hub of inland waterways, coastal shipping. So at one end of Kolkata Port, where we find that the draft is low, actually this low draft will give it the opportunity and the potential to harness the strength of the river, which was untapped, and whatever of it actually was tapped before partition, that also gradually went into extinction. So that potential, which practically was lost, now there is a tremendous hope of revival, and that is a promise and inspires a lot of confidence in my mind as to the future of Kolkata Port. And Kolkata Port, I have always felt, although I mean some people feel that the river, being a riverine port, is its weakness. To my mind, we must all very carefully look at what the river is like. The river is a very interesting river. It's an interesting river which has an upward slope and a very steep upward slope. At one end, you have got 7 meters draft. You perceive this to be weakness. I perceive to be a strength of a kind in the new scenario, because it gives you connectivity to the national waterways. It gives you the opportunity of emerging as a hub of the coastal shipping and the inland waterways transport hub. And on the other side, you have a draft of 50 meters, arguably the highest in the world. And therefore, you have been blessed by nature to enjoy the best of both worlds. Do the inland water and the coastal shipping at one end, and do the ocean trade to the best of your ability at any other suitable location. 50 meters is actually too deep a draft. Even with half of it, you can conquer the world for the next 10-15 years. But that apart, I understand that there is also discussion going about the deep drafted port. That is very important for Kolkata Port, because a deep drafted location is always welcome, and particularly so because our neighboring countries, they have started building deep drafted ports. Myanmar is already in the process of building one since 2018. Even Sri Lanka already has one, and footprints of our neighboring country, China, that is visible now in several places around the coast. And even Bangladesh has started a deep drafted port at Matarbari. So we must be very careful. Bay of Bengal region is very important. It can be the strength of Kolkata Port if we can harness the potential in time. BIMSTEC, I know the initiative has taken. Calcutta Port is a part of the whole entire exercise, but that alone will not be sufficient, because we need a deep drafted port to harness the potential, the strength and the possibilities that are there embedded in BIMSTEC. That apart, because of the the gradual setting up of the ports, as I mentioned, in the neighboring countries, and they have already started. We are still beginning. We are fairly late, and therefore, today, a deep drafted port is not merely a necessity of Kolkata port. It is not merely a necessity of the state of Bengal, West Bengal. It is in national security because Bay of Bengal is very sensitive, and people, as I said, that the ambitious neighbors, they are already setting their eyes on the east coast. We must act very fast, act well in time, lest we are not caught on the wrong foot. We don't find ourselves to be late, because as we all know, the early bird. I often ask myself, the early bird gets the worm, catches the worm, they will say, but what happens if you are late? A person who is late, an entity who is late, is always a loser, and nobody wishes to be a loser. On this very happy occasion of the suspension celebration of the Calcutta Port Trust, I once again convey my heartfelt wishes. In fact, I'm particularly feel proud and happy to be one associated with this very happy sacred occasion, and it has acquired yet another dimension because it is being held today. The anniversary is being held at a very holy center, Swami Vivekananda's dream, Belur Math, which was set up in 1935. Again, another historic year, because 1935 the Government of India Act was started being enacted, came into force of course in 1937, but 35 Act was indeed the blueprint for Declaration of Indian Independence, and therefore to be able to celebrate this great occasion on that holy land is very, 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 I would say, a proud and happy moment for all of us. And I'm sure that the solar power plant that has been installed there by Calcutta Port Trust, this energy of the sun will now enrich the and help the quest of the ordinary mortals in their search for spiritual bliss. At the end, I can only wish the Calcutta Port, all my colleagues there on the stage, all my colleagues who are watching this program, I wish them all very best. I have no doubt in my mind that the Calcutta Port, which has served for 300 years, will have many more centuries to serve. But if all our good wishes give it that strength, and I'm sure that they are available in plenty. Before I conclude, I once again thank the Kolkata Port Trust for offering me this opportunity to be one present on this occasion. Many, many happy returns of the day. Kolkata Port Trust, now rechristened Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port. And how can I forget that it was rechristened on the day of one of the greatest religious, why should I say, I mean, leader, amongst the tallest leaders that I can imagine in life, Swami Vivekananda. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your insight about the history of the port and contribution of our port towards the socio-economic development, not only of the nation as well as our neighboring nations as well. And we accept your good wishes. Definitely your good wishes will take us ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We will now have address from our Honorable Chairman Sri Vineet Kumar, IRSEE. During his tenure as the chairman of the SMP Kolkata, we have taken up several new initiatives. All these initiatives have very significant impact, not only on the trade and business of the port, but it also reassures our presence in the socio-economic environment. Under his dynamic leadership, SMP Kolkata has handled highest ever traffic cargo handling in the financial year 2019-2020. He is joining us on the digital platform. May I now request you, sir, to deliver your address?
Thank you. Swami Shraddhanand ji, Swami Subiranand ji, Swami Bodhsaranand ji, Mr. A.K. Chanda, ex-chairman of the port, Deputy Chairman Mr. Mehra, my senior colleagues on the e-platform, all my co-workers, my customers, my other stakeholders, our partners, contractors, my labor in the port, all those people who are associated with this port. It is a very, I welcome you all in this event. And I feel very privileged to be a part of this event this day. And I think that it is only because of the blessings of the Almighty and the destiny that I am here today. It's a port which is having 150 years history. I don't know how many chairmen have gone, how many chairmen have gone, but it is only probably, it is only with the blessings of the God that you happen to be on such an occasion at such a place. So I offer Almighty at the outset for bringing me here at this point of time and making me part of this great celebration. The occasion becomes more pious, and because of the location of today's event, I would have loved to be physically present there, but for an injury in my foot. But I can definitely see and connect myself with the imagery I have seen and the kind of vibes we are all getting from the holy temple at this occasion is an icing on the cake, I would say. I would like to thank the Swamiji for giving us this opportunity. It is a very, very humble contribution, very, very small contribution. And we are actually privileged that they offered us this opportunity to be a part of this green initiative, which is being taken there in the temple. So we are very, very privileged. We feel very privileged and proud about it. And we are hopeful that this, in the future also, you will be giving us these opportunities. Now coming to our port trust, Dr. A.K. Chanda has already briefed and told about the history of the port, the challenges and the future, what lies for us and where we should look for. Swamiji has already elaborated, the connect which the port trust has. It's not only just a commercial entity; it has a connect with the who's who of the country, and has always had a place in the socio-economic life of the country. So it makes it all the more important. Just not a commercial entity; it's a part and parcel of the life of the people of this part of the country. And that's made it very important that that gives us a lot of responsibility on us to continue this tradition and and carry on with this legacy. We have been really fortunate that the celebrations were started by our Honorable Prime Minister on the day of birthday of Swamiji, and today we are culminating at Belur Mutt. So this is very, very, very important. However, one task is left. We have planned a commemorative statue at the Millennium Park. We had planned to complete it by now, but because of COVID, I think it is delayed. So we'll have one more event when we commission that commemorative installation on the occasion of our 150th year. The theme of our 150 years has been glorious past and vibrant future. The glorious past, everybody has told that that how the port developed. It had the numero uno position in the all the ports in the world. Then in the Asia, then there have been, as we say, we are connected to River Hooghly. We have upper tide and the lower tide, the crest and troughs and all that, but we have sailed through. I've been here for only 3 years, and in fact have not been to this part of the country, working in this part of the country. But so many things, we may say that we took this initiative, we took that initiative, we did this, we did that. But, I was thinking in the morning as to what is the real reason for this port to have, survived and thrived and, met the challenges and, bounce back. So one reason which I could think is the love of the people who are connected with the port towards the port. I could see that. Why I am saying so? Because I could see that during the inaugural function on the 12th January. All those who were associated would know that we had planned one function, but it was changed to 2 functions. Then the venues were changed. So many things happened. The one thing I realized that my colleagues, my partners in industry, my stakeholders, to whomsoever I approached, the way they came forward to help, as if it is, it is their own family function. Even the kind of feelings they have for this port is like they are part of the port. So that's a very, 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 very great thing about this. The love for an organization is what keeps the organization going. So infrastructure, technology, all these things are there. They keep changing. But the only thing, despite the difficult circumstances we have the challenges of draft, we have challenges of tide, lock gate, this, that, innumerable things. We are a city port. We can't take out in the daytime. All said and done, this only one thing I realized, the one thing which has taken this port this far and will take this port, for further and further is the love of the people associated with it. I'm not talking just of my employees or my officers. Their love, of course, I could see that in those maybe 15-20 days that people, they achieved things beyond my expectation. I need not tell anybody, they would be there with me at 2 o'clock in the night, or so it's not only those people. It is our people who are connected with our loading, our stevedores, our tenants, our the last labor or the man who is working in the port, the general public of Calcutta. I would also say the people of Calcutta. Whenever I meet people socially, I see, the kind of connect they have, the love they have for the port. So I think where something is so genuinely loved and so genuinely people are interested in it and they are interested in the welfare of that thing, I think there is nothing in the world which can stop such an entity from going farther and farther. So that is one thing, you know, which is the prime reason, to my understanding, will probably take us to the newer heights in the times to come. As Dr. Chanda said, another 150 years. I may say maybe another 150 or maybe another 300 years. When I say this, this brings an equal amount of responsibility on all of us, on me, on you, on everybody who is connected with it, not only to our duty to serve the nation, to serve the city, to serve our employees, our customers. We have recently issued a customer charter. I take this opportunity, you know, to all of us to, to request all of you to please commit ourselves to that customer charter. You know, the times are changing. We have to be focused towards the customer. Let us be focused towards the customer. So it's my customer, it's my all stakeholders, my partners, agencies, everybody. So, you know, it brings a lot of responsibility on us, and I am very sure, I'm very, very sure that we will, take it forward in the way we have been taking it forward in the last so many years, and, brought the sport to, this glorious position, as we say, glorious past and vibrant future. So, Port Trust, Calcutta Port Trust, now Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port Trust, has to, show that vibrancy. We'll be just shortly, releasing our logo, where we have the, primarily two colors. That one color is the blue color, which shows our connect with the river, the water. Another is green, which is an, it's a color of of greenery, of an offshoot, so that, we are still young, we are still growing, and we look forward. We have the agility of a young and modern organization, and we look forward to the future with that attitude. With these words, I would thank the management of Belur Math, Mr. A.K. Chanda, all my colleagues, all my stakeholders who have been part of this celebration today, and I thank them with and for their wishes, and I hope and pray that the Port Trust continues on this, on this drive, and takes on the future, and the maybe in 175, I can imagine I may be alive by the 175 year celebration. So I would like to see all the things which we are imagining to do, maybe a deep drafted port, or other so many things come alive on 175 year celebration, and maybe I might watch it from something like this. With these words, I congratulate all of you on this successful completion of this year, and I look forward the cooperation, support, and love all of you have been given to the Port Trust family. And I pray to the God that this continues forever like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words of inspiration. These motivating words will definitely keep us going. And we are sure that under your able guidance, we will achieve greater heights and glory. Thank you, sir. We have a few launches for this day. First, an e-bulletin showcasing the events that were held during the last 1 year, during the sesquicentennial celebration of the SMP Kolkata. The e-bulletin shall be launched by our Deputy Chairman, sir. May I now request him to launch the e-bulletin?
But now today, when we are living in the digital world, today we are launching the e-bulletin. Subsequently, it will be published in the hard copy form as a commemorative volume. Now I launch the e-bulletin for the So SMP Kolkata, Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata.
Thank you, sir. Digital presentation. The link of the e-bulletin shall be shared in our website for the viewers on the auspicious day of Mahashaptami on 23rd of October 2020. Thank you very much, Deputy Chairman, sir, for launching the e-bulletin. We have one more launch. We are already present in the social media platform, very actively in the Twitter, in Facebook. Now, Chairman, sir, on this occasion, we launch our YouTube channel. May I now request Chairman, sir, to launch the YouTube channel. To further increase our social outreach, this new YouTube channel is being launched. The YouTube channel will contain several videos, clippings about the history and the present business activities of the port. Can we put our hands together for the launch, please? Thank you, sir. This is the anthem of the port, launched on the inaugural ceremony on 12th of January. The anthem is composed by renowned composer Prashant Joshi. Music is given by Shantanu Mancho. And Russian sound, Prashant. Part of our YouTube channel. The visitors can see the video there as well, along with several other videos that are present. Thank you, sir, for the YouTube channel launch. We will now unveil our new logo of the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port. Chairman, sir, may I request you to unveil the new logo of the port? The new logo graphics uses a sailing ship with shades of blue indicating sea trade and port. The color green reflects vibrancy, energy, enthusiasm, and growth, which embodies and reflects the basic traits of this port. The color green also suggests our continued commitment towards becoming a greener port. The letter SMP as part of the vessel boldly indicates the name of the port. The choice of the font in italics imbues the logo with dynamism, which is integral to the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port. The graphics in its entirety communicates a smart and contemporary image of the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port, mirroring dynamic service ethos. We are a young port with 150 years of experience. Thank you, sir, for the launches. As the sesquicentennial celebration of the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port comes to a close and curtains are drawn, we hope to continue to render our unstinting service and contribute to the growth and development of the nation. We are prepared to meet the future challenges and emerge stronger and successful. We will not stop until the goal is reached. As we are approaching the closing the concluding part of the program, may I request Sri R.C. Jena, General Manager Finance, who is also holding the additional charge of Financial Advisor and Chief Accounts Officer of SMP Kolkata, to raise the vote of thanks. He will raise the vote of thanks on the digital platform from Haldia.
Thank you. Good morning to all. As all of us know, the commissioning ceremony of the solar power project at Belur Math and the closing ceremony of the sesquicentenary celebrations of Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, were planned on a grand scale. But due to COVID pandemic, social distancing norms advised by the Government of India are to be maintained by all and everyone. As a result, most of us could not attend this auspicious ceremony physically. Now, I am speaking from Haldia and not from Belur Math. First of all, I would thank Ramakrishna Math and Mission for allowing us to dovetail the closing ceremony of the sesquicentenary celebrations with the commissioning ceremony of the solar power project at Belur Math. I am personally thankful to Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj, President, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, Swami Suviranandaji Maharaj, General Secretary, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, for their participation and active guidance. I must thank Swami Bodhaswaranandaji, Assistant General Secretary, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, for sparing his valuable time to attend this ceremony. We are grateful to Swami Gurudas Nandaji, who has worked tirelessly to complete this project during this COVID pandemic. I must thank all brahmacharis who performed chanting of the hymns at the beginning of this program. I would also thank other monks and brahmacharis of Ramakrishna Math and Mission for their cooperation and good wishes. I would like to say that without the able stewardship and active guidance of Sri Binit Kumar, Chairman Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, this program would not have been possible. I express my thankfulness to Sri Binit Kumarji for all his guidance and active participation. I must thank Sri A.K. Mehra, Deputy Chairman, Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, for sparing his valuable time and to attend this ceremony. Dr. A.K. Chanda, former Chairman, Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta, is still active as he was during his service career. And he follows day-to-day developments of Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port nowadays also. I am thankful to him for agreeing at a very short notice to deliver the keynote address in this auspicious ceremony. I am thankful to Srimati Sarmishta Pradhan, former Secretary, Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta, and Captain B. Pakrasi, former Harbour Master, Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta, for conceptualization and production of the YouTube channel and e-bulletin, even after their superannuation. Sri Kaushik Chatterjee, Senior Deputy Director, Shyamaprasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta, must be thanked for his enthusiastic participation, meticulous research in the production of a YouTube channel and e-bulletin. I must thank Sri Sarvadaban Mukherjee, Assistant Director, and Sri R. Gokul, Executive Assistant to Deputy Chairman, for uploading of YouTube channel and arranging Zoom meeting for the benefit of all concerned. I must convey my heartfelt thanks to Messrs. ECW Publicity Private Limited for a production of the new logo of Sam Prasad Mukherjee Port, Messrs. Advertising Bureau and Consultants for creating a facility in the YouTube channel and the production of e-bulletin of Sam Prasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta. I also thank Messrs. DNJ Infotech for live webcasting of this program. I am also thankful to Public Relation Wing of Sam Prasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta, headed by Sri Sanjay Mukherjee, for organizing this program. I must not forget to thank Sri S.K. Dhar, who has coordinated with all concerned to make this program so beautifully conducted. And I also thank Sri Ayan Kumar Nag for coordinating this program so nicely. I must thank all other employees of Sam Prasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta, all our port users, all port tenants, and all other stakeholders for making this program a grand success by joining through Zoom. I thank you once again to all. Thank you.
Thank you and good day.
On that auspicious note, we'll be closing this meeting. I thank each and every one of us to join the meeting, and we have had more than 300 participants, and it has been a great success. I wish all my colleagues and the entire team of Calcutta Port Trust, including trade partners, all the very best, and may our port prosper, and let us keep the flag of Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port flying high. Thank you, one and all.